Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing the Transformers the Movie Takara Tomy Studio Series 86 Wreckgar. And here he is in his packaging. Lovely artwork right there, him holding his spinning axe thingy with I guess a war face on, and then on the side, here's the same war face. Transforms in 22 steps. Junkion Dance Party is the backdrop, and big screen inspired, scale detail backdrop. Yeah, that's about it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and look at the robot himself. So here we have him out of the packaging. He comes with 3 accessories, 2 of which are essential for his alt mode, so they're not exactly accessories, but we have his front tire, back tire, or front and back. They're very similar, very slightly different, hard to tell the difference. No, there's no thing given how to differentiate them in the instructions. And then here's his spinny saw axe thing. It actually spins quite well, actually. Of course, he can go hold that in his hand, and then he can also have it stored on his back like so. Yeah, like that. Or you can have it upside down to where I guess he could reach back and grab the handle, like something like that. So yeah, it makes sense that you'd probably store it like that. But you can store it however you wish. And then here we have the tires. As you can see, there are holes that go through them like that. That you can slide it over here like that. And over here like that. So he has one on his arm and one on his leg, and I guess they could be used like shields or something. Or you could put both of them on his legs if you really want to, or both of them on his arms if you want to. There's pretty much a number of combinations you could do, or you could put one here, one here, one here, one here, whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's your toy. Do it however you wish. Or not have them on at all. For detail, let's get a good look at that head sculpt. He does have orangish reddish eyes, brown mustache, and a goatee, beard, something like that. And then a little bit of light blue on his head, red on his head right there, and 2 gray antennae, which I think might be supposed to be like the handlebars. So he has the handlebars right here. The head on the back of the head, you do have gauges, but that's more for vehicle mode. But it's something that's there. And then, of course, you have the machine gun or gun nipple things on his chest. Then he has like a tan for his torso. Brown for his crotch and butt area. And then gray plastic for the saddlebags. A rustish, pinkish color for his thighs and lower legs. Rust red and I guess regular red for his feet. The salmony rust color, well, that color for his forearms with gray paint. Tires are done in dark gray on the outside. Golden yellowish rims. Then with gray plastic for the actual, I guess, axle part or whatever you want to call it. And then red spikes that are painted on. This one spins a lot better. This one, not so much. Of course, he has like some golden flames, it looks like. And then dark gray flexible handlebars. And then that's pretty much it for his details. For articulation, of course, his head is on a ball joint, does a full 360, goes up that far, down that far. Doesn't really have any wiggly waggly, just very slight, not enough to really do anything with. And one thing that someone commented when I showed him a picture, they said make sure he doesn't have the factory defect. That might be what they're talking about for his goatee. As you can see, that looks like there's a little bit of a hole there. But I didn't notice it until now, so it's probably not that big of a deal. So, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I mean, I could probably fill it with like some sort of putty of some kind and I guess try to match colors or something. Or just leave it as is, since it's not that big of a deal to me. Not a deal breaker. Alright, so let's go ahead and get him into his vehicle mode. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to remove his tires and hope that they don't fall apart. because these will actually be going in between right here, because these spikes are on the outside in his motorcycle mode. So just take both wheels aside. And I've tried it with both tires in both positions, and it doesn't seem to really matter too much, although I think one of them might rub a little bit more in the other position. So, I mean, I guess it might take some experimentation to figure out which one is supposed to go where or should go where. So, because like I said, the instructions aren't the most clear on it. And then, of course, you want to flip his hands in. Flip his hands in. Then you want to pull his chest forward. Just kind of pull this out. Kind of like that. And now, yeah, he looks like a weird, I don't know, long-necked thing, creature. Anyway, next thing you want to do is to pull this up and out. Like so. And that's going to be the windscreen for the motorcycle. And you don't have to do this right now, but you can rotate up the handlebars. And then you're going to want to finagle his, get his head in here, pretty much like that. And then you're going to get his forearms right here to peg into, or tab into this. These are going to tab into the forearms. Do one side, and then the other side, you might want to, of course, at this point, grab a tire before you tab it in, so that it, well, you don't have any problems with trying to wedge it in while it's tabbed in. So then you just, come on, squeeze that together, and then push that up like that. Get nice and pressed together. And now let's go ahead and work on the rest of him. So you want to get his fully extended like that, and then you just pretty much do that with his feet. Then you just bring his legs forward, and you tab the toe. Okay, get out of the way. You tab the toe right into there. So you tab his his upper arms into the bottom of his chest, and then you tab the toes into his shoulders, if that makes any sense. So you just get his leg situated and get it tapped in. You pretty much bend his knee all the way forward on both sides until it kind of funks into place a little bit. And then we just go ahead and tab in like that. Second, the other side, just same as the first. Of course, we want to go ahead and place his tire into position. And then tab into place. And then tab into place. And as you can see, depending on how you put it in, or depending which tire you use, it may or may not scrape along the bottom of here. And as you can see, the saddlebags are in the proper position now. I mean, he's a fairly cool, simple, but yet complicated enough to where it's interesting to transform, but not hard to remember. And then we have him in his motorcycle mode. And then, of course, you can store this in his alt mode, although it doesn't really like to stay on, but you can plug it into this hole right here. But in my experience, it doesn't like to stay on, but I guess if it's just sitting there, it's not likely to fall off. And then one thing that he does have to allow him to stand up properly without leaning is he does have 2 kickstands he can put up, so he stands up normally, but I do like it when he kind of leans like that, because I feel like that's a little more realistic to an actual motorcycle, just by having one of those up or not having any of them up to begin with. So that's about it for his vehicle mode. And yes, I know I didn't do the articulation, but surprise, I actually have 2 of these. I was going to originally only have one, but I bought 2 of them. I bought one while in Guam, and then I bought one ordered it on Amazon. And the only reason why I got another one is I really, really wanted to, I guess, mess with him sooner, because, like I said, I was on deployment, and I saw him in Guam. I was like, this would be a perfect opportunity, because then I could mess with him or mess around with him. And the backdrop, as you can see, is on the planet of Junk, and you can see their ship, it looks like, taking off. So I guess this technically isn't the dance party scene, because obviously they didn't enlist the help of the Junkions until after that. So, I mean, I guess it's not completely accurate, but it is definitely the planet of junk. And you can have them, of course, in robot mode or vehicle mode. But the biggest thing that I wanted to do is to see whether or not Wreckgar can ride himself. Alright, so here we have the other Wreckgar. It appears that he also has the same problem with his beard. Yeah, someone mentioned, like, make sure it doesn't have the manufacturing defect, but it's kind of like, well, it's after the fact. I already have it, so it's kind of too late now. But it's not the biggest deal. Like I said, it's not the biggest deal to me. So I already showed the articulation of the head on the other one, but for arms, they go out actually got pretty far, and nice detail right there. They do a full 360, bicep swivel, about 90-degree bend at the elbow, and then they don't bend at all backwards. Then there is a wrist swivel, surprisingly, even though they also, rotate in like that. So that's a nice bit of extra articulation. He does have waist swivel. He does have a little bit of an ab crunch, but that again is also more for transformation than anything else, but he does have a little bit. The saddlebags, they do flip up to accommodate the range of motion with his legs, which are a nice sturdy ratchet. And of course, if you want him to have the full range of motion, just go ahead and take that off. And he can do the full splits. And then go back that far, forward that far, thigh rotation, almost 90-degree bends at the knee, and of course, this is more for transformation, but he can go forward as well. Feet can go like that, but that's also, again, for transformation. And he does have ankle tiltage, even if it looks kind of weird, but he does have ankle tiltage. So that's about it for articulation. Now for the moment that at least I've been waiting for, maybe you guys too, see whether or not Wreckgar can ride another Junkion. I mean, I'm not saying like Wreckgar is riding himself, actually, but because I remember in their fight scene before they decided to work with the Autobots, they would get shot down and then they would jump onto one of their friends in motorcycle mode and ride them in battle. Let's see. So there we have his hand. Let's see. Better turn his wrist around. Or forearm. There we are, like that. Place his hand over the handlebar. Do the same for this side. Okay, got his hands on there. Get his legs right here. So it doesn't look like his crotch exactly, his butt exactly sits down on there, but he can for sure ride a fellow Junkion into battle or in battle, or just as a joyride. I don't know. Do they do joyrides on Planet Junkion? I don't know. All I know is that they love human commercials. But yeah, here we have Wreckgar riding Wreckgar. It does look kind of goofy. Thought it might look really cool. Who knows? I might be able to come up with a pose with him wielding his spinning axe menacingly. And, I don't know, maybe in a tight turn or something. But it does look kind of cool, especially if you look at him like, yeah, okay, let's see. I mean, okay, that does look pretty cool. It looks like he's in a nice tight turn. Well, anyway, this has been a review of Transformers Studio Series 86, Wreckgar. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.